Hi everyone, DZ Movies here. Today, I'm going to present a comedy romance film called Oh Ramona. Please be aware, the video contains spoilers. The film begins with Andrei, an insecure nerd in the middle of a party staring at the girl he was in love with while dancing. Talking alone and trying with the help of the drink consumed to have the courage to go and talk to her. While the beautiful Ramona dances alone, he finally gets the courage and goes to join her, after consuming some drugs from a colleague of his. Everything seemed to be going well, until Andrei apparently needed an emergency in the bathroom. He fails to defecate because the toilet was already clogged, interrupted by Ramona knocking on the door, out of a desire to enter to redo her makeup, but stopped by another guy who bursts into the bathroom. The guy sees that the toilet is already used, goes out and announces to everyone that the culprit was Andrei, who had just come out of there, destroying any chance for him that night with Ramona. The next day, Andrei reminds his mother that he will stay overnight with his friend Aline to study. Instead, the two go to a new party. Just like last night, he can't take his eyes off Ramona socializing with her friends, while Andrei's friends were encouraging him to approach her again. But she tells her friends that she will have sex with a virgin and that she is the perfect target. So Ramona approaches Andrei this time. After dancing a little, Ramona tells him to go upstairs with her. She is pretty sure that her plan to have sex with him can't go wrong because she is a virgin nerd who is about to have the most beautiful girl in high school just for him. But Andrei refuses her because he loves her and can't risk having her once. He prefers to take risks and have her with him all his life or not at all. Ramona can't believe she was just turned down by a nerd. She swears at him and leaves. The next few days, Ramona mates with a colleague of Andrei's just to get revenge on him. When Andrei decides to face the books with his colleague Silviu, so that he is not hurt by Ramona, the discussion degenerates into an argument, and Silviu hits Andrei in front of all his classmates. Andrei arrives home and tells his mother everything that has happened in the last 2 days, and she decides that she needs a vacation. The two arrive at the hotel and Andrei for the first time does not think about Ramona, when he meets the young blonde at the reception. She does not hesitate to make fun of his stupid and clumsy remarks, but something of his charm conquers the young woman, who presents herself as Ramona. The young woman accepts the proposal to go out with Andrei for a meeting, and that evening the two take a long walk on the beach, where they get to know each other better. However, Ramona confesses to Andrei that she has a friend, but he still wants to meet her and continues his attempt to impress the young woman. Ramona didn't seem bothered by Andrei's attempts to impress her, so the two continue their meeting, to the point where the two end up kissing, then return to the hotel room where they spend the rest of the night together having sex. The next day, Andrei was very eager to see Ramona again, but she seems to have been fired because of what happened last night. Unfortunately, the two said goodbye to each other. On the way back to Andrei's house, I was more depressed than when he left, until he received a message from Ramona to go to her. He goes to see how he is feeling, but it doesn't help at all. Instead, they start an argument between the two again. Eventually, after a discussion with his mother, Andrei decides to find Ramona again. He gets her phone number, and calls her. Andrei proposes to her to have a coffee and she is delighted and accepts even more. He proposes to her to stay with her for a few days. Everything was perfect for a few days. The two felt good together, had sex, had fun, but it all ended when Ramona told him she couldn't leave her boyfriend for him. Disappointed, Andrei returns to his old life. As his social life took a turn for the worse, Ramona spread offensive rumors about Andrei through school, and he decided to make a change in appearance and behavior. What was going to happen? Andrei enters a bar and all the girls start to turn their heads after him, including the beautiful Ramona, who from the moment the new Andrei speaks to her and touches her lightly, was melted after him. Much more confident in him, he kissed her, and since then the roles have been reversed. Every day at school or in his free time, Ramona was the one who was after Andrei. Now that Andrei's problem with the girls was solved, he had to take revenge on Silviu, his former best friend. And she comes up with a plan to do it through Carla, their fattest colleague, to whom she sends a bouquet of flowers and a note from Silviu, and when she confronts him, he offends her and Carla beats him, taking revenge on Andrew. That evening Andrei gives Ramona a date, somewhere romantic on top of an old clock tower, from where they could look at the whole city, drinking some wine, each realizing what is really important in life. After a few moments of compliments and kisses, Andrei proposes to her to go home to Ramona, who is visibly disappointed by the proposal, believing that in the end all men are the same. However, when they get home to Ramona, after tempting her a little, Andrei decides to leave without having sex with her again, telling her that he's not like the others. The next morning, Ramona apologizes for the way she has been with Andrei all these years, and asks for another chance to be together. Andrei accepts, and it seems that everything is going well between them until one day when he receives a message from Ramona, who tells him that in an hour he will arrive in the city. However, how Andrei is walking with Ramona at this moment, and how his brain was not able to make an excuse at the moment, he tells her the truth that he has another girlfriend and he has to go after her at the bus station. Obviously Ramona doesn't believe him and allows him to leave, thinking it's a joke. Andrei goes after Ramona. As soon as they meet they kiss passionately before saying a word, then the two go to Andrei's house. Ramona stays overnight and the two have sex again. Until in the middle of the night Andrei wakes up in front of the house with Ramona. He can no longer continue like this and has to choose between the two, so he leaves Ramona to stay with Ramona. One evening he goes to see a former colleague in a bar, when he comes across his old love Ramona. When Andrei sees that she starts dating him again, he decides to leave. Ramona instead tells him that she is not what she seems and that now she is engaged. The more she offers to take him home by car. But when she notices that Andrei barely notices her, she starts driving like crazy. In the end she stops the car, and confesses that her life is not so perfect. Yes, her fiancé is rich but money and all the gifts cannot replace the feelings. The scene ends with a goodbye oral sex from Ramona. The next day when he gets home, Andrei finds a note from Ramona, in which he wrote that he was leaving him. And then he gets a message on the phone from an unknown number that says, "You thought I'd let you be happy?" Subscribe to this channel if you want more videos like this. Thank you for watching and don't forget to turn on notification to help this channel.